To Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. Here we have the finals of the ELD Legacy Open. Blue Red Delver versus Dragon. Tom got past a bunch of mirror matches, and really when you're playing Blue Red Delver, a lot of the time it feels like a battle no matter what. A lot of the games go to 3 matches, go to 3 games. You do get some free wins, but a lot of the time you do have to work for it. There's a lot of decisions, which is why many of the better players gravitate towards the deck. Shriekhorn here for Rodney. He's milling his graveyard for 1 mana, going to get 6 cards into the bin eventually. Also part of an infinite combo if the deck manages to get to the point where it can use Animate Dead or Dance of the Dead to bring back either Abdul or World Gorger Dragon. Abdul actually really good in this particular matchup. Not needing anything to go along with it. World Gorger Dragon, of course, needs some type of thing like a Shriekhorn to win the game. Just flickers all your permanents in and out of the battlefield. Previously, running Piranha Marsh. Cutting the card from the list here. And we got Delver of Secrets flipping. The battle of the iconic 1 mana spells here. Shriekhorn has been exhausted versus Delver. Those counters can get back on there. But that will be a sign of the end of the game if Rodney does manage to, for example, animate a World Gorger. Not having Piranha Marsh, big upside for the deck. I mean, that card is trash, but Rodney has managed to do quite well with it. You know, he was trophy leader at one point. I don't know if he... I guess he may see this video. Rodney, go ahead, give yourself a shout out if you did actually finish as trophy leader with a Dragon at some point. A very creative player. Some people's thought processes are just radically different, and seen Rodney kind of go after cards that don't seem like they're going to be particularly good, and sometimes get good results with them, sometimes not. It's not like he's just batting 1,000. I mean, he certainly tried stuff that's been absolute trash, but he is fearless in terms of showing up at a tournament with a list that no one else thinks very much of. If his testing shows that it gets the job done, it's not really up for a vote. It's just what gets the results. Doesn't matter what your opponent thinks about your deck. We got a couple of Lotus Petals here into an Unmask. Paying for the Unmask. Still have a Lotus Petal left behind in case there is a Daze on the other side. And force pitch blue card. Tom would rather keep his hand a secret. Gets the extra Surveil by going that route. You got to imagine Force of Will is what's going to be taken. Expressive Iteration now, digging, trying to find a replacement counter. Cannot let the shields be down against this deck at all. Be over very quickly. Dragon, one of those decks that's like unsettlingly fast for some people to play against. There are plenty of decks that can win on the first turn, but just the ability to like actually win in seconds. Like when you play against Storm, they have to play 10 spells, they're sequencing things, there's opportunities to mess up. There are hands with Dragon where you are just literally killing them on the first turn, and it takes just seconds. You're just like Entomb, like Dark Ritual, Entomb, Animate World Gorger. I guess you have to play your Shriekhorn first, or is that the name of the card, Shriekhorn? You would need to play that first in that instance. With Abdel, you actually don't need to. Let's go ahead and use that as a better line. I do these in one take. Sorry, guys, if I ramble on occasion. But if you just turn one Dark Ritual, Entomb, Animate End, Abdel, you just have infinite 1/1s. And that takes all of 15 seconds to do with the shuffling. So that is very unsettling, where it's just like, yeah, just you lose. Can you answer infinite 1/1s? No? Okay, well, that's the game then. And because of that, it can be very unsettling for players who are not used to that emotion of just sitting down, expecting to play a match, and just have that rug pulled right out from under you. A reanimate in hand for Rodney. This is not looking good. Apparently not hitting anything with the Shriekhorn. It is a reader for a reason. It does not always work out. This deck does feel like it really wants something similar to Shriekhorn, just a better card, a 1-mana enabler that actually works with your Abdel or World Gorger Dragon. We have a reanimate. Not sure what this is targeting. And these are the correct life totals now, 10 and 16. A Gristlebrand would be welcome. Oh no, Murktide Regent? Just a 3/3? That's not going to do. There's a Force of Will. I'm not even sure if there was something played. I think that might have just been like, still have this, by the way. Yeah, that is a wrap. Reanimate, not really where you want to be in that situation. So Shriekhorn not working out in game 1. Tom up a game here with Blue-Red Delver versus Dragon. Turn 1, Shriekhorn again. Turn 1, Delver of Secrets. It's like, was that an Entomb that went into the graveyard? Really, all we care about is getting some type of reasonable reanimation target into the bin. Another. So there's going to be 12 cards, 20% of the deck. Pretty high chance that something's going to get into the bin with those. And if it's Abdel or World Gorger Dragon, then that will represent an actual win. Animate resolves. So far, these basic swamps, I mean, they're resilient. That's important versus Wasteland. Of course, Rishadenport can still tap them down, but that's not generally super exciting unless it's backed up with a Thalia, which I suppose at this point is mostly the case. We don't see as much regular lands, nor do we see a ton of goblins right now with Rishadenport. Delver just going to try and hold on here. Oh, looks like Abdel makes it into the graveyard. All right, so lethal graveyard has been established. Oh, surgical extraction. Just out of nowhere? I don't like this line. Why? Why surgical now? Yeah, I am not a fan. Yeah, those swamps aren't tapped. I mean, I think you have to wait for your opponent to cast that Dance of the Dead. Yeah, so this looks like a significant misstep to me. So surgical. He's got another one in hand. What are we doing here? Tapping and untapping stuff? That's not how Magic works. Thoughtseize. Sees Flusterstorm. No, it's Brainstorm, Lightning Bolt, Surgical. I'm not sure what that last card is. Imagine we're taking a Surgical here. Oh, it looks like a Murktide. Yeah. Yeah, not loving it. Brainstorm, so leaving just a Cabal, a Lightning Bolt, and a Murktide region in hand. 2 cards left for Rodney. Gonna be able to mill 8 cards. 4 at the end of turn, 4 on his turn. Can't really see them particularly well. Apologize for that. Let's see what we got. There's a Reanimate. Lightning Bolt is a problem. Just Alright, so we have Reanimate. That gets hit with a Force of Will. So he drew Force for turn. That's nice. Just Bolt left. Ponder. Ponder and Bolt in hand. So it's another... I don't even know. I think you're just digging for graveyard hate at this point. What are we doing here? Alright, so that's just bad Magic theory there. So activating Freecorn, targeting Tom, hoping to get lucky, I guess? Like hoping that what he needed was on top of the library. That is just bad Magic theory. 100%. Random cards are random cards. You're just as likely to mill bad cards out of the way. We have Dance of the Dead, hitting Gristlebrand. Can't draw the cards yet, but this guy's pretty beefy. Gonna mill again? This is just like pumping Murktide up. Pumping Murktide up, giving more options for Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah. I mean, it's totally fine to mill your opponent out when it actually kills them, but just milling them in the middle of the game when it doesn't achieve victory is just giving them resources. Now, there are times where you might be able to use that, like if they brainstorm and then put good cards back on top and then play a Shriekhorn and then mill them out. Like you could get someone like that, but just hitting random cards, I just strongly disagree with this. All right, so we've got a Lightning Bolt down to 3. Surgical Extraction. Looks like I'm a little bit behind here. So Dance of the Dead has brought back Gristlebrand. That's going to be untapping as an 8/8 lifelinker. It swings, gains 8 life. Pay 2 to untap. It is just during the upkeep, though. This is not good. This Delver may have to sit back. If that's the case. Rodney will have the ability to draw 14 cards, almost certainly ending it. If he wants to, or he can just swing again the next turn. An 8/8 lifelink, actually quite a lot for Delver to handle. Storm. Putting back 2 cards. Basically needs like 3 lightning bolts. I mean, this is a disaster. Yeah, Dance of the Dead. Bringing back Gristlebrand. Looking like it's going to get this one. Untaps. Now we have a Cabal Therapy. Seeing just a Volcanic Island in hand. And the coast is clear for any other shenanigans. What do we got here? Really tanking on this one. He already has it in hand, or you can draw 7 cards to try and get it, or you can just pass the turn and attack with Gristlebrand. Dark Ritual. Entomb. And, oh, he had it in hand? Wow. Okay. Sure. I mean, that's infinite. So infinite milling out Tom's entire deck. He'll scoop to that as not to reveal any potential sideboard tech. I am not sure why that line didn't just jump right out. Maybe because Abdul was surgicaled earlier? I think Tom may have been a instance of being up a game in the finals of an event, feeling a little invincible. That can happen at the end of a long day of winning. Having 2 surgicals in hand up a game versus Reanimator and firing off that Reanimate early. That's ends up being very costly. I mean, I guess I do this in one deck. Maybe there was a Cabal Therapy that I missed or something that would necessitate playing it. But yeah, you generally want to use Surgical in response to their Animate spell, effectively countering it and getting rid of the card from the graveyard. Apologies if I misinterpreted it. Like I said, we do these in one take, so that is possible, but I believe that was just a Surgical fired off too early. You know, there are times when you Surgical during someone's draw step because the card you're hitting in their graveyard, you also might not want them to have copies of in their hand. For example, Show and Tell. Like if you're playing against Show and Tell and you've made someone discard a Show and Tell previously, you could let them go to their draw step and then Surgical. That way, if they've drawn the other Show and Tell, now you rip it from their hand as well. That is totally a consideration, but don't think that's what we witnessed. Let me know in the comments. Delver of Secrets. This is the deciding game of the tournament. Grief. Grief pitching Reanimate. And Force of Will shutting down the Elemental. Little surprising. I mean, Force is like the card that you're most worried about. So losing the blue card as well. Like, Force is gone either way. That would make us think that there's something better in hand to protect. Cabal Therapy. Let's see if Rodney pieced it together. That's right, there is another... Oh, no, he didn't actually say Force. Really one of the only situations where someone is forcing They've got the other force. That's typically just the Cabal Therapy that they'll do that with. But this is completely off the rails now. We've got Gristlebrand in play, off of Animate, drawing some cards. Gonna find some more discard in all likelihood. That's kind of the best case scenario, is it's just discard. This could be over on the spot. Couple of Lotus Petals, Sea Dark Ritual in hand. Actually, he's going to discard. Could be worse. Wow, not even hitting any additional discard. So a Force of Will left stranded in Tom's hand. A Lonely Delver. Facing down. I mean, raw power level? I mean, it's definitely one of the most powerful cards in the format. One of the most feared creatures. And opting not to swing. Going back up to 11. Knows there's a Force of Will on the other side. Thoughtseize grabs that. Blue card was found for turn, but it's not going to save him. Entomb. Now sacking both Lotus Petals for Animate Dead, this time on Abdul. So this is going to get infinite 1/1s. And Gristlebrand is no longer going to have an enchantment attached to him, which is useful. And then bringing back Grief on the final iteration of the loop. So infinite guys, no cards to speak of in Tom's hand, just a basic land. He draws a land for turn. I mean, this is an absolute disaster. I don't think Delver's ever played a card that could get it out of this situation. Delver swings, gives back the life with the slow scoop here. It's ending with infinite 1/1s, as Rodney, with some very interesting card choices, is the ELD Legacy Open champion. Congratulations.